Hi, I'm Madison, a wife and mom from Newcastle, Australia. I talk all things positive motherhood, family finances on one income, and from scratch healthy living. So if that's your thing, I'd love for you to subscribe. Today, I'm going to be going over all of the things that we won't be buying or we won't be buying new in 2026 as a single income family of 3. So these are things that we don't need to buy at all or that we won't be buying new if we do end up buying them. So I've broken it up into 2 categories. So first we'll be talking all things baby that we won't be buying. And then we will chat all things home and lifestyle that we don't really need this year. The first thing in the baby category, and I'm probably going to talk about this a lot because I love using what we use instead. But the first thing we will not be buying once this year is nappies and wipes. So that sounds absolutely crazy if you know anything about babies, but there is an alternative that's not only more cost efficient, it's also more sustainable and it's better for your baby's skin if you can get around doing it, which is cloth diapering and cloth wipes. If you're cloth diapering already, you should probably just use reusable wipes as well because it's the same thing, the same process for washing them. So we use a mix of Eco Naps and Alva Baby and some Mimi & Co. reusable nappies. And we also just have the Mimi & Co. cloth wipes, which I absolutely love. We got those a bit later, but they've just made our life so much easier. The next thing we will not be buying for our almost 15-month-old son is toys. We have a membership to a locally run toy library that you can go to once a week, and you can borrow up to 3 or 6 toys depending on what membership you have. And you can bring them home, use them for a couple of months, and then you just return them when you're done with them. It is a great system. It means you can get bigger toys that you might not want to purchase or keep around in the house. And when your child eventually gets bored of the toys, as they tend to do, you don't have to worry about throwing it away or storing it. So we love our toy library membership. Speaking of the library, we also will not be buying any new books this year. We have so many books for him. We asked for books instead of cards at our baby shower before he was born. And we have so many lovely books, so many classics, and we just haven't gone through all of them. We have a mix of cardboard books and picture books, and we don't need to get him any more. So if there's a special interest he has, or we see something else that we want to read to mix things up, we will just be getting it from our local library. The fourth thing that we will not be buying at all this year is snacks, especially pre-made, pre-packaged baby snacks. These are really expensive, and if you look at the ingredients, there's not much to them. They don't have any nutritional benefit, and if we're being real with ourselves, your toddler probably just wants fruit. They want an entire punnet of berries. So we will not be buying any store-bought snacks. I will be making all of our snacks from scratch or giving him fruit for a snack or yogurt, which are his 2 favorite things anyway. The 5th and final thing we will not be buying new for our son is clothing or shoes, which is a big claim. And I'm hoping we'll be able to stick to it, especially when it comes to shoes. But we are avid Facebook Marketplace searchers in this family, and we have found so many amazing baby items and baby clothing purchases on Marketplace. So an example is last week, we wanted to get some size 2 for my son. And I saw on Marketplace somebody was selling a whole bundle of all of the size 2 clothing that they used for their son for $20. So I went and purchased it, and I'm looking through this bag, and there's Kathmandu fleeces, there's a bunch of stuff from Seed Heritage and Country Road, and places that we would not even be buying for our son if we were buying new. The quality is amazing. It's all been barely used. And we have this wonderful cycle where we get to reuse the things that otherwise might end up in landfill or might not get used again. And it's really sweet. I love imagining somebody else wearing what my son is wearing and thinking of like all the wonderful memories that they've had in those clothing items, and now we get to have them and make wonderful memories with our son. So I find it a really sweet thing as well. When it comes to shoes, we have not had to buy him shoes yet. We got a bunch of hand-me-downs when he was first born, which included shoes in the sizes that were anywhere from 1 to 2, so we haven't needed to buy anything for him yet. And all of the shoes we were gifted were the brand Bobucks, which if you haven't seen them before, they're like orthopedic kind of baby barefoot shoes, but they're really great for his feet. He didn't have a really hard adjustment period when he started walking, and then we were putting him in shoes. They are really natural. He never trips over them. I absolutely love them. And they retail for up to like $90 new, which is insane for a shoe that your child is not going to wear for a long time. And I understand that the quality is really amazing, which is why we will not be buying Bobuck shoes new. We will be looking on Marketplace and keeping an eye out for the next size up and purchasing them secondhand. So those are the 5 things that we will not be buying new in 2026 for our son. Now moving on to the home items, we have 5 things that are probably going to sound insane for the average person, but we will not be buying these new in our household this year, and I think we'll probably be okay. So the first one is new kitchen appliances. We had a big year last year. We got an Instant Pot and a KitchenAid. So that has pretty much set us up for the foreseeable future. I can't think of anything else that we would need to be buying new for our kitchen. If you haven't heard of an Instant Pot, it is a pressure cooker, but it is so much more than that. It has a rice cooking mode, a yogurt mode, saute, slow cook, pressure cook. It has so many different modes, and it pretty much cleared out like 3 different appliances that we had into the one item, and I absolutely love it. We got it on end of financial year sales through Amazon, I'm pretty sure, and it was over half off. So we're really happy with that. We use it almost every day. So I don't think that there's anything we will need to buy for our kitchen this year. Moving on to number 2, and this is something I have fallen into the trap of so many times, but that is new storage and new organization. Wonderful, beautiful tubs and labels and all of the things that will somehow magically transform your life and make everything so much easier and more organized, and all of the things. Really, when you buy an organization product, they're just selling you this dream life where you're going to be less stressed and you're going to have it all together in the kitchen. And while I love that, and there are so many things in our kitchen organization that I would probably change, we have tubs on tubs on tubs. We have so many containers, so many jars that come in, you know, sauces and all of those things that we can reuse. And I just don't think it is a purchase that we need to be making. I think when it comes to kitchen organization and feeling better in the kitchen, that is something that I just need to declutter and minimalize rather than organize all of this stuff that we don't actually need. So when it comes to the kitchen this year, I will not be buying new tubs. I will just be getting rid of things and simplifying and just having what we need. And if it's in the bag it came in from the shops, then that's fine. The third item I will not be buying for our house this year is decor. We will not be making any trend-based purchases. We will not be buying things new, following what is out there at the moment and what people are saying you need to have, and getting all of the holiday pieces and things that just sit in storage. We are not going to be falling into that trap this year. We have decor for every holiday. It may not be much, but it's kind of all that we need. And I think a lot of it ends up being purchases that in a year from now you're not going to like. So if we see something at the thrift store that's timeless, we may pick it up, but I don't think that we need any more decor in the house. I am someone who really needs my space to be very simple, very clutter-free. Otherwise, I mentally have a lot of anxiety and I feel a bit more on edge. And I know that when I have a space that is simple without a million little bits and bobs, I just know that I feel a lot calmer. So from a financial perspective, but also from just a wanting my house to feel simple and cozy perspective, we will not be buying any decor this year. Moving on to number 4 and number 5, they kind of go hand in hand. We will not be making any phone purchases, any tech upgrades. Will not be getting the next iPhone. I will not be getting a new camera. I will not be getting a new computer. Any of those things we are opting out of this year. I have a pretty embarrassing phone, but it is an Opal Touch Flip. It is slightly cracked, but it works perfectly. And I can't imagine that I would need another phone. It has WhatsApp, it makes phone calls. It also has a little camera, which isn't that great, but I typically take my digital camera with me places anyway. So I will not be getting a new phone, even though this is what I am currently using. The 5th thing following on from that is we will not be paying for any streaming services aside from Spotify. So when I mean streaming services, I'm talking about Netflix, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, Hulu. I can't even think, but I know that there are more than that, and people often have subscriptions to multiple that they don't cancel when they're finished watching the show that they got Disney Plus for or whatever it is. And then those things just start to add up and snowball, and you're paying for 3 without even realizing it, and that can be upwards of $50 a month. And that is money that you could be saving or spending on things that you actually value. And I know that most of the streaming services suck. You have to pay extra to not have ads. You have to constantly switch between services to get the shows you want. Things are disappearing before you finish them. And we're just opting out of that. We are collecting some DVDs slowly. We're going to get a portable DVD player, which is something we will be purchasing this year, probably on Marketplace because there are so many. But we will be collecting our DVDs and we will be watching things that we like and that are timeless and watching them over and over again. We will not be paying for streaming services except for Spotify because my husband loves music and I love podcasts. So that is something we will be continuing for the foreseeable future unless we find a better alternative, which if you know of any, please let me know because the Duo plan is now $22.99 or something a month, which is a far cry from the $15, $16 that it used to be. So those are the things that we will not be buying new or buying at all in 2026. I do have 2 honorable mentions. We are also not going to be buying furniture and new baby gear. So that includes prams, carriers, anything like that, any type of hardware, high chairs that you use for your baby. Everything is on Marketplace, and if you just wait a week, 2 weeks, you can usually find the exact brand and the exact make that you're after. Also, all of our furniture is either thrifted or secondhand or from someone that we know, including this hutch behind us that we got on Marketplace last year. So we will not be buying new furniture. It usually breaks, it's usually pretty bad quality, and the style that we like, you really can't buy new. So that kind of knocks that out for us automatically. So those are the 10 things and a few bonus ones that we will not be buying new in 2026 as a single income family of 3. And a lot of this is just value-based spending. We value spending our money on activities and doing things as a family. We don't value buying new items and constantly upgrading the things that we already have that work beautifully anyway. So to recap, we will not be buying nappies and wipes, toys, books, pre-made snacks, or baby clothes and baby gear. For our home, we will not be buying new kitchen appliances, new storage, new organization, any of those kinds of things. We will not be buying new baskets. We will not be purchasing new home decor, whether that's seasonal or just a trend-based piece. We will not be upgrading any of our technology this year unless something dies and it's something that we automatically need to replace. And we will be opting out of paying for streaming services. We don't have a TV in our house anyway, so anything we do watch, including YouTube, we watch on my laptop. So we don't really need to be having those kinds of services anyway. And we will also be avoiding buying any new furniture. So thank you so much for watching and listening to the things that we will not be buying new in 2026. I would love to know if you have anything that you aren't buying or that you will not be buying new in the new year. And I thank you so much for listening and watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking the video and subscribing for more content that is similar to this. I hope you have a good day, and I will see you next time.